Right, it is 9 a.m. on a Friday morning. What better time to do some product research? I'm sure a lot of you guys have had the holidays now. So it's early January when I'm filming this. Probably go back to work, probably thinking, fuck this, I really want to work for myself. Well, let's find you a product you can launch on Amazon, start a brand, and make a bunch of cash. To find the products, I'm actually going to use a tool which probably seen Alex speaking about on this channel a fair bit, and that is Keeper. This is a tool that, as he's mentioned, it's generally for online arbitrage and wholesale sellers, but there's a feature of this that we really like, I'm going to get to in a second, which is great for sourcing products, the kind of products that we like to sell and we like to recommend our students to sell inside of Honest FBA. If you are brand new today, by the way, we are obviously part of Honest FBA. My name is Tom. We have a community of active Amazon sellers. You can hit the link to apply down below and find out a bit more information. What we want to do, we're going to dive straight in and hopefully kind of find a couple of ideas for you guys in a pretty short space of time. So this has a lot of stuff. If you are familiar with Amazon, we use a tool called Helion 10 a lot as well. Helion 10 has a fair few filters. Keeper is taking it to the next level, in all honesty. So it's a lot to take in, but there's a feature, like I said, that is useful. So what I want to do is fit in just a couple of areas here. So we're going to go from 5,000 BSR to 25,000 BSR. I'm then going to scroll down to bear with me while I scroll down the 8 million options here, the root categories. So these are all the different categories on Amazon. What I'm actually going to go for is grocery and gourmet food, because there's a lot of opportunities in here that we like. I'm then going to go down a bit further. We've got the variation. Where is it? The variation section. Here it is. So variations, only show one variation per product. Make sure that's ticked on. And then we'll go down a bit further. You can see there's 15,000 products is going to put up for us here, which is obviously a fair bit. We're going to go down to subscribe and save. So I want to make sure that this is on. The reason that we're selecting yes for this is the kind of feature that I mentioned earlier. This is going to show us products that you can subscribe and save to, which means they are consumable, aka people use them again and again and again. That could be weekly, it could be monthly, it could be every 2 months, it could be every 3 months, whatever the cadence is, but it means you can sell to the same person again and again and again. And that's something that we do in our own business, and that's something that we really recommend that all of our students do inside of Honest FBA now as well, because it's just a great way to drive LTV, lifetime value of your customer. They're a lot more valuable to the business. So this seems like quite a lot, but I'm going to hit find products. Let's see what it comes back with. So what do we have here? We have black tea. We have lemon powder. I might have to come back to that in a second. Croissant filling, snack bars, Starbucks. So when you go in grocery, obviously there are some pretty massive brands in here. So we're not trying to compete with Starbucks, for example. We've got some Japanese matcha, monk fruit extract, wine vinegar. Bragg, I've heard of that brand before. I'm going to go for this gremlin. So these guys, not an amazing price point, to be honest, like $15, but let's have a look at them here. So packaging is okay. It is early. It's early January when I'm filming this. So like we are in health kick season. So I just want to check that isn't affecting things too much here. So these guys, let's look at their BSR graph on Amazon. So this is with the Helion 10 Chrome extension feature we have here. Discount to that down below. If you haven't got Helion 10, it is essential for selling on Amazon. So these guys have absolutely crushed it, to be fair to them. I wasn't expecting it to be quite that good. We can see here, like the lower this graph is, the better, essentially. So these guys have got, their sales ranking at the moment is about 5,000. So that means they're the 5,000th best seller in their category, which kind of sounds shit, but actually that's very, very good. You can see where they start out is 100, up there, so 170,000 up there. So to get down to here and stay super consistent, these guys obviously kept in stock. They've done really well and made a lot of money, I imagine, on the platform. So lemon powder in general. Let me see what these guys rank for, actually. So we hit keywords here by Helion 10. This will put in every keyword that these guys rank for, both organically and their PPC strategy as well. But what we want to see is what they're ranking for organically. So what's driving their sales? So where are they performing really well? That Amazon is rewarding them with the organic ranks that are that are super high, right? Because if you're potentially on page between 1 and 20, realistically between 1 and 10 is going to drive most of your sales, but we can see what they're ranking for organically and where they're winning. So we come down here, go over to the right hand side, we can see they're organically ranked first for a good few. Oh, right. It organically ranked first for a good few keywords. So what I'd like to do at this point, you can see they've got a lot of lime keywords, lemon, dehydrated lime powder as well. Is I actually might filter that for search volume trends. So I'm seeing what the biggest keyword is that they're relevant for. So lemon juice, lemon powder, obviously, yeah, that's the second one there. So let's see. That's a 1 year trend. I want to see this. Obviously, we're a bit of a spike now because that's weird. It spiked just before back then as well. Okay. So I'm thinking it might spike because we're in early January, right? People are doing a health kit. They might do like a lemon cleanse or that kind of stuff. But this is good to see, right? So since 2019, the last 5-6 years, that's so weird to say that 2019 is up to 6 years ago. So they are trending up, right? This is a trend that is increasing. It's getting more awareness over time. What I'm actually going to do, Google Trends. Have a look at this. I like to look at this just outside of Amazon as well. There's a few tools that you can do this with. Another one is Exploding Topics, which Alex is a big fan of. But if we look at lemon powder, let's see how this is looking off of Amazon. Usually it correlates with Amazon, but I just want to check. I don't know why Google does this. It's past day. No one cares about the past day. Let's look at the past 5 years. How's it looking? Okay, so it's again. That's we're 48 back in 2020, and at the moment we're up to an 85. So like overall, it's a bit up and down. You can see I had a bit of a peak during COVID. Everything in health did, but pretty steady. I'd say it's we like to see that, right? A bit of a steady growth. Let's go back to Amazon then and see. If we click this, we can see the Amazon results for that keyword. Right, so on here we've got a bunch of people that look exactly the same. So obviously yellow is going to be the color that you include in this, but my instant reaction when I look at this is like everything does look pretty similar. The reason for that is people would have seen these guys and then gone, okay, well, I guess this is the form people like to recognize for this kind of product, so they don't want to deviate from it too much. These have done a little bit of a different job that kind of catches the eye for me a little bit more. They all look okay. Something that's terrible. Some of them are now trying out different form factors for it as well. So a shake instead. 6-in-1s, that's a little bit different. Only $9.90. So like this is something that I would look a little bit further into. So we know the price point isn't amazing. These guys are actually a much higher price point. So I'll look into them in a second. But with something like this is just lemon powder, right? So this is like, it's super cheap. I can tell you before even looking at Alibaba, for example, we can have a quick at Alibaba lemon powder. See the kind of results we have. So, I mean, I'll show you this for the sake of it, but this is going to be from $10 per kilogram. That's kind of a lemon peel packaging, $2.80 from $1, from $5.60 per kilogram, $6 per kilogram. So it's going to be super cheap. What you could actually do with this product, to be honest, let me see these guys. No one's really hitting the kind of, I can see on here, no one's hitting a US produced angle. These are the guys that we looked at, wasn't it? So these guys, what's quite good, by the way, on a lot of these like consumables and supplements, is you can basically see the full ingredient list on the packaging. Obviously, the ingredient list for this isn't complicated. It's lemon powder. That's about it. But this is really useful if you want to make a variation or get a bit of inspiration and borrow some ideas from companies, make a couple of little adjustments for your own offer. This is really easy to do in this kind of niche. So made in the USA, they say BPA free. So we literally have, okay. So these guys sold by Foodwise. Let's have a look at what else they do. Interesting. So it says made in the US. I didn't expect to see this. So they are a Chinese company. If we look at this, you can see what else they sell. they're in matcha, they're in sweet potato powder, purple sweet potato powder to be exact. We have dried porcini mushroom powders, vanilla beans, mushroom coffee. So this is okay, cherry blossom powder as well. All right, what I did then, by the way, I really like doing that on anyone that I find just to see what else they sell and what having success. So if we hit the Helion 10's X-ray again, we can see here these guys are doing decent spread of revenue. So they're in 150K a month across their products. The lemon powder is their best performer, but we've got this stock Japan soup that's doing 20 grand, mushroom matcha 20 grand, porcini powder's doing 17 grand. I mean, that's wild. Your sweet potato powder is doing $12,000. Like, what I would do now, I won't do it in this video because it would take too long, but I would go through every single one of these. I look at what the ranking main for, what the main keyword is, what the competition looks like, and honestly look at this and think, where can I come in and beat out the competition? Like, they are in some super niche supplements there, but they're doing well, right? Like 12 grand in sales. The margin on this, I'm telling you, will be strong. Plus, they're subscription-based products, so you've got a good LTV. So this is a decent opportunity that I would take a look at. What I do like to check when I see things like this, though, is the way that we kind of work in our brand now and the way that we teach sort of Honest FBA is you want to have success on Amazon, but you want to kind of skew it in your favor where you can. And the way to do that is by sending external traffic onto Amazon. So if I find an opportunity like this, in general, honestly, perhaps is there a reason they're selling 40K's worth a month? Now, the way they can do that is driving traffic from off of Amazon onto Amazon with content. So I would go on to TikTok and I would search lemon powder to see what comes up. Okay, so these have got some pretty big views. I recognize that brand from the search on Amazon, so we'll have a look at that in a second. Right, so you can see here pretty much one brand. Oh, these guys as well. That's the second brand. But this one brand seemed to be dominating on TikTok Shop with lemon powder content. So they're probably selling on there as well. But these guys, like 80,000 views, 184,000 views. I'm telling you from experience, yes, that can drive sales on TikTok Shop if they're listed on there, but the halo effect onto Amazon from getting videos popping off like that is super, super strong. So, all right, so this is interesting. So these guys, take a look at that packaging, that one. If we go back to the Amazon results for the lemon powder, that was the guys there that are doing really well. We can see there 6,000 purchase on the Amazon data, and they have the higher price point. That was what I was interested to see. So because people are seeing them on TikTok, people are going to go to Amazon and they're going to search for this exact brand because they're going to be mentioned in the content. That means that people aren't searching lemon powder and looking through all the competition in general. They're searching for that brand, which means these guys haven't got to worry as much about the price point as everyone else does. So they are a higher price point, even though it's going to be the exact same product. This is actually that's 10 ounce, and this is 11.3 ounces for some reason, and they're $10 more expensive, but they're able to do that because they have that branded search onto Amazon. Now, if we look at X-ray, I just want to see how much revenue they're doing a month. Right, so we can see there they are the micro ingredients. They're doing 136,000, so they're absolutely massive. They're dominating this by a mile, and they're organically still the number one result, right? So we can see here, these are the sponsored products, but these guys, they also have the most share as well. So the number one rank here, they're the number one organic position because people are searching directly for their product. Amazon loves that. It's actually rewarding them because the conversion rate will be so high. You win again by getting boosted higher in the organic ranks for all the other relevant keywords as well. Now, what I would check next, I mean, at this point, this is kind of like a check for me. I'm kind of going through a process where I'm thinking, is this product going to have good margins? Yeah. Is the trend over time increasing, but not crazy? Yeah. I know obviously we are in January, but you can see over the years it is steadily increasing up. Can we make external content for this and win? yes, it looks like only really one brand is doing it properly. I think they had a shot at it down here, but I would look at these videos. Can I improve on these videos? Can I take inspiration? Can I essentially copy them but make them better? Yeah, I can do that. What I look at next is I go to Facebook Meta Ads Library, and I would search in here to see, are people advertising the product on Meta as well? So are they running Facebook ads? Are they driving traffic to perhaps a D2C store, so a Shopify store, or running ads in general? So I would expect to see these guys in here, but they're not at the top. We have some other high performance cookbooks. There seems to be some other kind of unrelated products. That's interesting. So to me, what I would be doing if I was those guys, Lemonade there. So if I was this brand, Micro Ingredients, I think they were called, this and this, that is proven content that has worked on TikTok organically, right? It's got a bunch of views behind it, and it isn't from the brand. It's organic content, as in it's made by creators. That to me is a massive, massive signal. And we have done this in our brand where something pops off on TikTok organically, you put it onto Meta and you run ads there as well. And you know it's going to get conversions because it's already proven that people like that product. So it's interesting they're not doing that. That would be, I'd see that as an opportunity. So that's another tick for me, another potential win that we could go ahead and launch this product on Amazon and also off of Amazon as well. So I was going to go and look at a bunch of other products, but my curiosity has got the better of me here on this the other products these guys sell, like the sweet potato powder and stuff. So I'm going to just have a quick run at seeing what a good opportunity is here. So sweet potato powder, they've got the Amazon's Choice badge because who else sells this? Let's see in a second. Real ingredients. Let's see here. Naturally freeze dried. I mean, it looks like quite. I say it looks like quite like an American standard brand. I was surprised that this is Chinese, to be honest. I mean, write in the comments if you what the hell is that? That's like folded it into bread. If you cook with this, let me know in the comments. I have no idea what you would ever use this in all honesty. But let's see how this has performed over time for them. So they've been selling it for not too long. It's done decently well. The BSR like stayed fairly low. Let's have a look at what they're ranking for here. Right, so we can look at their organic ranks again. Let's see what this looks like. They have yam powder, ubi powder for drinks. Am I saying that right? Oob powder. Never heard of that before. Let's see if any larger keywords here. What the hell is oob? Ube? I'm probably making myself look stupid at the moment, but I can't claim to know. Okay, so again, like trending up over time. So there's more people like me who are unaware of it have learned it over time. Let's see what this is. So maybe is it like the name? Maybe it's the name for the powder itself. It's funny. I mean, this needs a bit like lemon. You take the color of the product, but this is obviously purple is the go-to. Everyone has copies everyone else. I'm not saying if I was to design this, I wouldn't ignore purple completely, but I would definitely try and take a different angle to everyone on the market. Let's have a look at X-ray here and see how people are doing. Is it to do with boba? So boba tea is pretty massive, isn't it? Right, so we've got 120k. That's pretty big. 40,000 there with some extract. So that's $40, and it's got 40,000. That's just a flavoring extract. That's wild. $8 fees on a restaurant size ube purple yam flavoring. I mean, $40 for that seems wow. That is a interesting listing. So this could be something I would look into a bit more. And that is crap. That's an absolutely terrible hero image. Sorry if you own this brand and you're watching this, but that is terrible. A couple of competitors. Let's have a look on. If we look at TikTok for this feels like a product that would just be TikTokable. You know, that kind of word. This kind of weird stuff that people take. They always bang on TikToks. Let's see. Okay, so is it Filipino? Interesting. Oh, this is actually a vegetable. Right. This is wow. That's a dessert. I was slagging off a minute ago. 1.9 million views. Wow. 115K views. I mean, the fact that it's that bright purple color does really stand out. So look, you can clearly make a lot of content for this on TikTok. It does really well. So again, that's a bonus point at 3.1 million views, 8 million views. That's interesting. So if you fold products into that, that could work. That could work really well. And if we go back onto Amazon, we can see, yeah, that you can subscribe to this. What I like when you hit this, by the way, is you can see what the most common cadence is. So that's going to tell you, I mean, Amazon are going to try and extract as much out of the customers as possible. So they're going to suggest, but interestingly, it's every 4 months. So if it is restaurants buying this or people that cook a lot at home, they know that this quantity is going to last them 4 months, right? So that means that the customer is going to receive that essentially 3 or 4 times a year. But what that means is the customer is going to spend with you $38 times 3 or 4. So they're going to spend over $100 with you per year. So you can acquire them at the start. You can even get pretty aggressive with the PPC because it means they're going to spend that money with you over time as long as they stay subscribed to you and they like the product. That could be 1 year, it could be 2 years, it could be numerous years they're with you, and you're getting a huge LTV out of that customer. All right, I'm going to cap it there. So that was a quick one today, but hopefully that has shown you how easy it can be to find products. That was literally the top result on Keeper. It led me down this mad rabbit hole looking at lemon powder, sweet potato powder, whatever the hell that is. I still don't really know. I'm going to have to go and find out after this and potentially try some. But you can see there, you haven't got to be competing with the massive guys. For example, in that niche, you saw there was the mushroom coffee, right? Mushroom coffee, I know top of my head, that's multi-million-dollar niche, right? So getting into that can be really hard. But that brand that sold the lemon powder, they had all these little sub niches and the sub products of random specific mushrooms that they're in, and they're doing 5, 10, 15K a month. That's really healthy, right? You can get in there. It's not going to be hyper competitive. You can still go through the process, make external content, drive traffic onto Amazon. You can win that way, and then you can grow and get bigger and bigger within these niches. So let me know what you think, and if you want to learn how to find more products, watch this.